Hello everyone, this is Animation 4, and today I'll be showing you the Hardcore Quest mod. What this mod does is adds a bunch of quests to Minecraft and gives you rewards for completing them. Makes the game a more interesting experience. Anyway, let's get right into it and see what cool stuff this mod has to offer. So the first thing you'll notice is the quest book in my hand. It's the main item of the mod. It's what you have that lets you follow along with your quests. Shows you all the status of all of them. And let me just delete all this so we can get started from fresh. So, right now I am in debug mode, or not, I'm in edit mode, which you have to do from the configs. It's like one of the last ones before the item IDs. You set it to true, and it turns it to edit mode, puts these tabs on the side, and basically you start creating quests, because when you download the mod, this book is totally empty. It doesn't even have this stuff in the beginning. So, let's click here to start. Let's look what we got along the side. We got a cursor, we got create, edit text, target set, reward bags, and delete. What we want to do first is we're going to create. And click the button to create a new empty quest set. We're going to do that. And this is a quest set. It's basically just a page of quests. And since we're in edit mode, we can open it even though it's locked. But, well, there's nothing in here. So, let's go to create again. And we're going to click right here to create our first quest. And that's it. There's the quest. Pretty simple quest, you don't actually have to do anything. Now, let's modify this quest. Click edit text, and we'll click the title up here, and let's name it your first quest. And then you give it a description. This is the first quest you will complete on your journey. And there's that. Now, this quest is still going to be pretty easy because there's nothing you have to do. Quests are made up of tasks, and you can put as many tasks as you want into a quest, and all the tasks have to be completed in order to claim the reward from the quest and unlock any ones that you would then unlock from there, which I'll show you later. So we're going to create a task now. And there are 7 different kinds of tasks. There's a consume task, where you actually hand in items. It's a crafting task, where you just have to craft items in a crafting table. There's a location task, where you have to get to a certain spot. A QDS task, where you have to submit items, like a consume task, but it must be through the QDS. There's a detection task, where you just have to have it in your inventory. A killing task, where you have to kill certain monsters. And a death task, where you have to die certain times. So let's do a detection task. Okay, and that puts it right there. You can see detection task. We're going to click cursor, and we're going to open it up. Task player needs certain items. You don't need to be handed in, they just have to have it in the inventory. We can edit this text right here, and let's say, get this in your inventory. Okay, and now we're going to go to change item right here. We're going to click where it says nothing. It's not actually nothing, it's basically an empty slot. So these, you'd also do the same thing. So don't worry if there's nothing there, that's meant for you to edit. So let's get dirt, and you need a piece of dirt. Now this right here is the kind of detection you want. Precise detection means you need the exact item, the exact same data, and it's really tough. So that would be for strong boxes or anything that has a lot of data in it, and you want it to be exact. MBT independent detection just detects the item and the data value, whereas fuzzy detection just detects the item with the ID. Or dictionary detects anything on the or dictionary. So if I had copper ingot, it'll detect any copper ingot. But let's just do precise because it doesn't really matter for dirt. And don't worry about the nothing. So basically you just need 1 dirt in your inventory. And since it's an easy quest, let's go here, and let's give them a quarter of a heart. And hearts have to be combined to get full ones, and you consume it, get an extra life. Okay, and your first quest. Hold T to see completed tasks. You can see this is a detection task. Hold Control to see this is non-editor, and just get that. So this is what it'd look like if you just had the book open. Since it's your first one, let's click Change Size, and make it larger. Let's click Change Item. Let's give it an icon. Let's go grass block. as your first quest. And you can now click move and move it around. Let's put it right here. Okay, there's one quest. Let's do a secret quest now. And look at how to do that. So we're going to create another quest down here. Let's just get it into a good position. Okay, cursor, and open it up. This one is secret quest. Just give it a description. Now, the point for this one is that you can't see what the quest is until you've completed it. So it has to be something simple. So what we're going to do is going to have a killing task. Go in here and edit monster. It's this one right here, little monster face. You go there, click where it says new, and let's go chicken. To go 3. You have type match and you have exact match. So type match would be like if you want to be able to kill baby chickens and anything like that. Exact match would be the same, would be the exact thing. So it'd also be like wither skeleton versus skeleton. So you have to kill 3 chickens. And, yes, you can change this item. So let's change it to a feather. And let's edit text. We can't edit text. I did that. Okay, for some reason that's not changing. But you have to kill 3 chickens. Now let's create another task. That's a detection task. You can see it's grayed out because you have to do the killing task first. So detection task, we want to change item to some cooked chicken. So this is the quest. You have to kill a chicken and cook its meat. The killing and detection task. Now, you want to complete your first quest first. So we're going to click quest requirements. And then you click the quest that you want to set the requirements for. So we want this quest to have some prerequisites, which means you want to have to complete some quests first. So we're going to click it, it's going to turn green. Now any quest you click now have to be completed before this one. So just click that one. Go back to cursor, hold control, see this is a non-editor. It's locked. You don't see anything. Now we want to make it hidden. So I'm going to come down here to trigger quests. I'm going to click that. I'm going to click secret quest. Now you have quite a few options here. Normal quest is just a regular quest. A trigger quest, as it says, is an invisible quest. No awards. It doesn't even show up in the book. So it's basically maybe you have to get somewhere before you can even try to do a quest. Or once you get there, you see the quests. So that'd be what the trigger would be. Trigger would detect location. Like, I don't know, you have an adventure map. You have to analyze wreckage, but you have to get there before you know what to analyze. So you have a location quest in the trigger, which means you have to find it. You don't know where it is, and you don't get any reward. You get there, and then other quests open up, but you never saw that you found it. Stuff like that. A lot of uses for this, but it's interesting. Trigger tasks are ones that the task is, or the quest is invisible until you complete a certain amount of tasks. So if I were to choose this one as a trigger task and set it to 1, once you kill 3 chickens, you would see the quest and you'd see that it takes a detection task. If I were to set it to 2, you would be able to see the quest until it's done. Reverse trigger is invisible until the parents are completed. So you can't see the quest until you have all the prerequisites. Otherwise, if it's a regular quest, you'd see it, you'd see the icon, but it'd just be grayed out. So it's kind of like an invisible quest. So we're going to set it to a trigger task, so it's a secret. Can't see it until it's done. So see, it's gray now. Now you see, requires 1 of 1 quest to be completed. Requires your first quest, 0 of 2 tasks completed, killing and detection. Invisible until 2 tasks have been completed, which there are 2 tasks. Okay, there's a secret quest. Now let's do another one. Let's do a repeatable quest. Let's move it right here. This quest is going to require you to do the secret quest and your first quest. And now it has inherited invisibility. What that means is that one of its requirements is invisible, which means until this quest becomes uninvisible, this one will be. So until you complete the secret quest, you won't even see this. It will not even be there. So that's how inherited invisibility works. So invisibility is a tough thing. Sometimes you want to have it on side quests, sometimes you may want to do it on the whole line, but it depends on how you use it. So let's go into unnamed, and we'll call it CobbleGen. And generate some cobble. And this one, you could either do consume or we could do QDS. Both of them are pretty much the same thing, except QDS you can't submit it from your inventory. So I'll just go with consume. And I want to consume cobblestone 64. Ta-da! Edit this. 64 cobble. You could also edit this text, by the way. Pretty much everything except rewards and pick one, these. So all this. So you gotta submit 64 cobble, and for a reward, let's give you iron ingot. There's a cobble quest. Now we're gonna go to set repeatability, right here. And now there's a few forms of repeatability. There's not repeatable, where you do it once and that's it. And then there's instant repeat. So as soon as you're done, you can do it again. So you basically start shoving as much cobble as you can in, and you start getting rewards. Interval repeat means specific intervals you can complete the quest once. So if I were to set this to 1 day, every Minecraft day, I could submit 64 cobble. So if for some reason one day I'm running late and I submit it at night, once the day passes, I'll be able to submit it again in the morning. So, intervals. Cooldown means you have to wait that much time. So I submit it at night, I gotta wait till the next night. So cooldown means there's going to be this much delay between, at least this much delay between your quest submissions. Interval means there may be this or less, but it really does, you can't really tell. So let's go instant repeat. You just shove as much cobble as you can into this. You can see now it says instant cooldown. And pretty sure the quest ends up being slightly yellow tinted. So looks like, oh, I can't see it here, but it looks yellow. So there's that. Next thing I want to do is let's create 2 quests here. We're going to do, where is it? Quest option. 2 quests. What quest option does is it makes it so you can complete one or the other, and as many as you want. Maybe one. You can complete 1 of 5, you can complete 1 of 10, 1 of 2. So for this, I'm going to call this one Get to the Nether, and no description. Doesn't really matter at this point. And this one is going to be called Die Twice. And doesn't matter. So for Get to the Nether, we're going to do a location quest. So we're going to create a task, a location task. We're going to click it. Then we're going to click right here. Oh, we're going to click right here first. Edit location. The little tree and the flag. And then let's set it to dimension 1, which is the Nether. Then you can set it to your location, which should also set the dimension. I still want dimension 1 though. So we're going to set the target radius to -1, which is going to ignore the player's location. Now you can have show location, or you can have hide info, all this stuff. Show location, hide info, and show all. Show location radius required to trigger location is hidden, so it doesn't show the radius, just shows where you have to get. So it's like, hey, you have to get near this point. It doesn't show, maybe you have to be on it, maybe you have to be a few blocks away. Hide info shows the location, how far you are, and where you have, basically, it doesn't show you where you have to go, it shows you have to get somewhere. And show all will show you how far away you are, where you have to get to, and how close you have to be to that point. So I'm just going to hide info. Okay, and I'll say this, go to the nether. And let's edit this item to netherrack. Actually, could I do... No. That'd have been cool if I could do a portal there. So, let's give a reward of 5 diamonds. And then you could choose between 16 pieces of obsidian or an enchantment table. I don't know. So that you'd pick one of each. Next one would be die twice. So this one we're on a death task. So we're going to go back to cursor, click it, then change requirement to 2. So once you die 2 times, that completes. So each of these quests you have to complete cobblegen first. So you have to do cobblegen before you even try to do this. So we're going to do quest requirements. That one has a requirement of there. Click quest requirements again because this is still green. I'm going to go, that one requires that one. So they both require it. Now we're going to go to quest option. Click this one. We're going to click this one. So they're connected. See the blue line? You can complete one, but when you complete one, you can no longer complete the other. So if you die 2 times before you get to the nether, then you don't complete this quest. And then you could have other quests based off that, or you could have them reconnect back up. So, let's change items. This, let's go blaze rod, and let's go skull. Oh, I didn't do this one. Cobblestone. I do this one. Okay, there are some quests. Is there anything I missed here? We're going to be doing this as... Yeah, I'll be doing this in a second. So that's one quest set. Now, the quest sets aren't super important. They basically separate them like into little categories. All the quests are most likely going to be connected in some way. So technically they could all be put on the same page, but that'd get cluttered, so there are quest sets. Here is quest set 2. And then I'll just name it set 2. So we're going to open it up, and there's nothing in here. Let's create another quest, but we're not going to create it here. The quest we want to create, what your first quest is a requirement. So in order for that to happen, the best thing to do is to create it in this quest set. So basically, you have to complete your first quest before you unlock quest set 2. Quest set 2 isn't going to be focused on the nether, it's going to be focused on, I don't know, farming. So, once you complete your first quest, then let's do something funny. Crafting task. Okay, you have to craft it in a crafting table, which means furnaces and anything else other than that doesn't work. Has to be a crafting table. It can be an applied energistics crafting table, your tiny inventory crafting station, but it has to craft in a grid. Quote-unquote vanilla grid. So let's change the item and say you have to craft a diamond hoe. And let's do fuzzy detection. So let's name it time to really farm. Then this is what the pros use. And the reward for this is some dirt. Let's make it 64 dirt, in case you're running low on dirt. You need some farmland. Okay, time to really farm has your first quest as a requirement. As you can see, it's not hidden, but it's not invisible because none of its requirements are. So it doesn't have inherited invisibility. So you can see it there, it's black, it's got a black line. Now we're going to take this quest and put it in quest set 2, which I'm promptly going to rename farming. So how to do that? Select target set, and you select the set you're planning on sending the quest to. So I want to move the quest to farming. Go back to cursor, you go in. So farming should still be selected. See, it still is. So in unnamed sweat with farming selected. Now we're going to change set. This button way down here. Any quest I click will now move to the farming set because that's the selected one. So I'm going to click that, and it's gone. Farming, now you can see, is locked. So if we open it, time to really farm, and you can see big old in red requires a quest to be completed elsewhere. Requires your first quest in unnamed set. So until this quest is unlocked, the entire set's going to be locked. Last thing would be the select quest, and I'll get to these items. Okay, so these are quest gate systems, and these are quest tracking systems, and these are quest delivery systems. They're all really simple. The quest delivery system is an item that you can actually craft. It's for the survival game. You submit your items to it. If you had a QDS task, then they have to be sent through here. It's no other way to submit them. And you would do that by, in vanilla, you'd use hoppers, or if you had buildcraft, you could use pipes, and most pipes will connect up to it. Like, pretty much all pipes will. It's important to note that any items that go in will be consumed regardless of whether or not they are the required task. So if you're needing cobble and you send a diamond in, you lose your diamond. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just gone. But from here, you can see there's the select quest button. So select quest is used actually for these two, but select task, which you can see, if you were to go to cobble gem, which is only a submit task, there's select task right here. You can click that, and this button is open in survival or not edit mode. So now you can see you got across the top quest delivery system, cobble gen, 64 cobble, 0% completed. If I drop down a hopper and toss cobble into there, that would then go towards the total. And if you wanted to, you could use some mods to get rid of the recipe for this, and that would take a little bit of work. Quest tracking system is redstone. It emits redstone signals based on quest progress. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your first quest, and we're going to select quest, the last button, click it, and you don't see any visual indication of this, but it's clicked. Now we're going to take the book and right click on quest tracking system. You can see you bound your first quest to this QTS. You can see it across the top. Now there's a few options here, mainly this and this. So you start off at team tracker, and this mod does have teams which you can invite friends, and there's a config option to decide whether or not everyone can claim rewards, but you basically do the quests together. So team tracker emits a signal depending on how many teams have completed the quest, and if you're not on a team, you count as a one-person team. So that's for multiplayer if you have a lot of people. Player tracker emits based on how many individuals, so it doesn't count the teams. And then progress tracker will output depending on the progress. It'll take the furthest along person and output their progress. So it's the only one that'll really say, actually that one also, but it'll just take the highest so if you had cobble gen, someone is at 32 cobble, someone else is at 16, it would emit half a signal because the highest person. Close will do the closest person. So if the 16 person's closer, it'll only emit a quarter of a signal. And there's radius, which even at 0 detects any player. Let's do a radius of 5. I don't know why, but why not? And we'll do progress tracker max. This is probably your best option for single player. So now, I have dirt. Come in here, manual detect, and now redstone. Yay! It's that simple. And now you can also see purple for unclaimed reward. Farming is now unlocked, and you can now do this quest. The quest gate system is also really cool. I'm going to do time to really farm. I'm going to select it and bind it to the QGS. This one, you have a few options again. You have the theme across the top, which is basically what the block looks like. This is the tech theme, like iron bars. Then there's the magic theme, which you see over there. It's like cloudy, kind of cool looking, really detailed texture. It's nice. And there's custom theme, which you disguise it to look like any other block. So maybe redstone block. Oh, mind blown, mind blown. Then you have these 4 options on the bottom. When completed and when not completed, you can draw it and you can collide. So right now, this is a solid, seemingly redstone block until I complete time to farm. So if I was in adventure mode, I'd have to complete the quest to gain access to that secret area. Otherwise, it's blocked off. So it's used. It could be used for doors and that. Maybe getting up higher or something. It could also be used as secret. Don't use collision when not completed. Now it's just a visual thing. Or the opposite, use collision when not completed. Now you can't see it, but you just can't get it. And then let's use textures when not completed, and textures when completed, and just collision when not completed. So you're always going to see the block. Now what I'm going to do is do something a little strange. I'm going to do HQM edit, and you see I get this book. It's a OP edition, and if I were to do HQM edit, I could then choose a player, and it give me that player's book. Basically, it lets you edit a player's progress manually. It's a regular old quest book, except you can see this down in the corner. Hold shift and click on quests to complete or reset them. So if I didn't want it to undo the fact that I completed your first quest, I hold shift and it says click to reset. And now I haven't. Signal no longer outputs. It's not done. And I can complete it or uncomplete it. You see the red signal up there changing. Let's complete. Let's go into farming and let's complete this one. So now you don't collide there. And that is the quest gate system. Lastly, let's look at reward bags. So, reward bags, this is a little confusing right here, unless you know what you're looking at. Basically how they work is there's a bunch of groups of items, and you have a chance of, how to describe it? It's like you have a bunch of goodie bags, kind of, and you roll a dice, and that tells you which bag you get to choose from. And in those bags, you have a bunch of smaller bags that have stuff in them. So lots of stuff within stuff. Basically, there are 5 kinds of reward bags. And then at hard, there is basic, good, greater, epic, and legendary. And you can tell their colors: gray, green, blue, orange, and purple. Gray, green, blue, orange, purple. So if I were to open a legendary bag, the chance of getting unique opposed to everything else is 30 to all that. So highest chance of getting unique, second highest of uncommon, third highest of rare. There's no chance to get crap. A basic has the highest chance of getting one of these 2, and very rare chance of getting them. And if you were to click edit text, you can edit what it's called, and when you open a bag, it will say whatever's here and then the word reward. So if I were to open a legendary bag, I may get a unique reward, maybe an uncommon reward, or I could change it to an extremely good reward, or a decent reward. So that's how that works. Let's try delete. Let's delete this set because you don't like that set. And let's also set a group. Let's create a tier. This one, we're going to cursor on it. We're going to make it, or we're going to actually make it yellow. And we're going to name it godly. So you can get a godly reward. Click on it again, and it's a very rare chance from a legendary bag only. That's how that works. So there's the godly tier. Now, if I were to take a quest book right now, you can open them in creative, but nothing happens because there are no items. So now we have to create. This is probably what's going to take the most time. We're going to create a group. So now, let's set group tier. This is the godly reward. There's only going to be one. And you can only get it once. And if you get this, you get 64 blocks of diamond. And another 64. Let's make it blocks of gold. 64. And blocks of emerald, 64. So if you happen to get the godly group, you're going to get all this stuff. And you can only get it once. And I believe you can edit it. You just call it the godly reward. This never shows up. It's all based on this. This is just for your reference, and the colors match up. So now let's create another group, and let's do a plane. Set group tier. Click there. Click there. A plane group is a piece of dirt. Let's create another group. Let's make another plane group. And this one is going to be 5 redstone. You can only get this quest 5 times. Okay? So, basically, if I start getting plane rewards, probably from opening just good bags, or basic bags, I can get dirt, or I can get 5 redstone. If I open them enough times, I'm going to get 5 redstone 5 times, and dirt every other time. And that's just plain. So if I happen to get plain, I could open a legendary and get a plain reward. And I'll show you what that looks like right now. So let's get a legendary bag. And let's open it up. Plain reward. And we got dirt. Okay, so not good. Another plain reward and we got dirt. We're going to get dirt a lot, because I made it the most common thing. Now you can see plain reward and we got 5 redstone. That's one of the 5 times I can get 5 redstone. So now the chance of getting redstone is going to decrease. So I'm going to get a lot more dirt. There's dirt. There's the godly reward. Look at that. You can see it says godly reward. Got all the good items. I'm never going to get another godly reward. Just open these rapidly. And let's see what I got in my inventory at the end. Okay, now you can see 100% chance to get dirt. I'm not getting anything else. And I got 25 redstone and the godly reward. And that's the book system. It's a little confusing at first until you figure it out, and it probably will take a lot of time, but it's so incredibly customizable. It's great. And that's that. For the front page, edit text. You can edit this. This image is front.png, which gets stored in the configs. The location that it takes from is kind of strange to find, but this picture right here did find it, so I will basically include this whole config in the description below, and I'll have a link to the mod, so you can drop this config if you want to look at it. If you want to start the quests over, you can just go in and delete everything, or you can delete there's a special file that actually holds all the quests in the config. You just delete that and you start fresh. And you can also have a lower dot, I don't even know what it is, but it'll play sound the first time you open the book, and there'll be a click to play again. You see that in Agrarian Skies, which is the first place this mod pack really appeared, or this mod really appeared. So yeah, if you want to try the mod, try Agrarian Skies on the FTB launcher. Does a really good job of showcasing it. It doesn't do these items, but does a lot with the QDS, which I don't have down, and a lot of really interesting quests. So that is it for the Hardcore Quests mod. Any questions, of course, leave them down below. I will make sure I answer them as quickly as possible. And that's going to be it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.